Day tip. So we're talking about other gene SNPs, and one of the things that MTHFR really strongly affects is hormone balance, right? Because MTHFR and estrogen are in bed together. The other gene that really strongly affects, or one of the other genes that really strongly affects hormone balance is COMT, and it's a very common polymorphism. And a lot of people, like myself, have the double whammy of MTHFR and COMT, so my hormones have every opportunity to be absolutely insane. Great. But there are some things that you can do. Now, with hormones, I do think it's a good idea to work with a really skilled practitioner because different hormone sort of interactions leave different signatures. They leave different symptoms. And it can be really important to get underneath that. That doesn't necessarily mean lab testing. Just working with a good practitioner who knows how to spot certain hormone patterns is going to really help to maximize any effort that you're putting in that direction. But there are also a few things that pretty much anybody can do. One thing that I love is seed cycling, and I maybe should make a Tuesday tip about that because it's awesome. And also probably a seminar because it's a little bit more detailed than like a 2-minute video. So seed cycling is a very gentle hormone balancer that literally any human can use. Male, female, old, young, premenopausal, postmenopausal, does not matter, right? It's nutritive and it's going to support hormone balance, but not push so hard that we're like, this is going to increase your whatever, right? And so that's really useful. The other thing is fiber in your diet. Please God, fiber in your diet. If you're doing one thing for hormones, that's the thing. Because hormones are detoxified mostly via bile, which goes through your gallbladder and it catches basically any of those big floppy fatty molecules. Except our bodies are thrifty and we like to grab them out of the junk and pull them back in, right? So a lot of hormones never get detoxed. They just go through the bile, cycle back in, go through the bile, cycle back in, go through the bile, cycle back in, which leads to all sorts of like gallbladder sludge, gallbladder stones, crazy hormone levels, nonsense, right? None of us need any of that. So what we can do in that instance is by having a nice high amount of fiber in your digestive tract at any moment, staves off a myriad of cancers, right? Like reduces risk of colon cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, bladder cancer, I think, weirdly. There's a bunch of cancers that are related that fiber by itself really, really helps. But the other thing, it grabs all those big, floppy, fatty molecules that are hormones that you're detoxing and just holds on to them, right? Like they stick. It's just like a sticky sponge for those hormones. And it grabs them. And then as the fiber goes through your digestive system, the hormones do too. So you don't have to constantly be on that loop of like, try to eliminate, don't eliminate, try to eliminate, don't eliminate. You can actually just get rid of them. It's kind of a miracle, right? So if you're doing only one thing for your hormone balance, it should be fiber, lots of it, right? Aim for 50 grams a day. That's like twice what the recommendation is, but seriously, try for it, right? Fiber is a huge deal. And just increasing foods like high fiber foods, right? Like beans and whole grains, oats are great. Like have your oatmeal in the morning and add flax seeds to everything or psyllium husk or whatever you do, right? But there's so many easy ways to get fiber in without it really being a big deal. It doesn't have to be like you're chewing on tree bark all day. One other thing that I think is overlooked for women especially is saw palmetto. So this is an herb that is found in every prostate formula on the market, right? Because what it does is stop the conversion of good, healthy testosterone to dihydrotestosterone. And dihydrotestosterone is a really known issue in men, right? Because it leads to male pattern baldness and it can lead to impotence and all sorts of, obviously prostate cancer, any of the male hormone kind of things that we see with aging. And so saw palmetto is really well known for men, but for women, it's also really important because women with especially excess estrogens tend to convert them to testosterone and then dihydrotestosterone in rapid succession. And so if we can stop that conversion and keep some of it at testosterone, it helps to balance those estrogens, helps to kind of mute the effects, but also women see changes because of dihydrotestosterone, like early graying and hair thinning and skin changes, things like that, that nobody really wants either, right? And so it's not as big a deal, but if you know that your testosterone situation is a little out of balance, saw palmetto can be a good one. Okay, Tuesday tips. Bye, guys.